Hey there guys, and welcome to another episode of Bravely Default. In today's episode, it will be a battle of the thieves. It will be us versus Jackel the thief. And we have strats for this. So we are going to be using a modified version of the shield strats. So Idea, she is focusing on our defensive core. So she has access to dual shields, auto potion, default guard, shield for spirit, and shield lore, which will all help to keep her alive, and she is our defensive tank. Now in addition to this, we have Anya's, and she is going to be using Kairai. And she's going to be using the Kairai to focus all the attacks towards Idea. She's going to be absorbing all the damage, and that frees us up to do things with our remaining two characters. Now, unfortunately, the Thief class doesn't really have a whole lot of offensively oriented skills, but what it does have is it has a lot of dexterity and a lot of speed. Now, Rainbow's going to be making good use of the speed by using Godspeed Strike. It is an attack that pierces our opponent's physical defenses, and it also uses our speed instead of our physical attack strength in order to do damage. The downside about it, though, is that it uses 2 BP, and that's a fair bit to be using, which is why we have also equipped Rainbow with Spiritualism as well as MP3 in a pinch. This will help us to gain extra BP by using Convert BP. Now on the flip side, we have Tiz, and he's going to be focusing on using his Dexterity. In addition to that, we're going to be using Sword Magic to help him amp up his attack strength. So we have Sword Magic Amp Up, which will increase our damage, as well as Gloom, which will increase the attack strength of any Dark type attacks. So we're going to be equipping Dark type attacks onto the bow and arrow, and that's going to help boost up his attack strength. Should be a fairly straightforward battle. We also have Hasten World on, I believe, Anya's, and this will help us to generate more BP. It's not really necessary, it just helps us speed up the battle. Alright, let's roll.
Hello, hello. Look what the cat dragged in. Just how did you vermin get in here? My throat is parched beyond belief. And it's all because of you. Don't think you're getting out of this one alive. That's what a rat gets for stumbling into a trap uninvited.
I know the pain that you feel, but I must ask you to stop this nonsense now.
You what? Dozy old shrew! How dare you pretend to know me?
You are accosting the townspeople who come to draw water at the oasis at the merchantry's bidding. Also, the Kammer and Profiter merchantry can make money. This is pure selfishness.
Huh? What's with you people? Ugh, my head's about to split open. What about proof? Can you prove I'm behind this?
There's your evidence.
What? What? How did you get a hold of this? Criminy! Everything's going down the drain! I can't handle this thirst! You lot have come here to take everything from me, eh? Ugh. Hypocrites like you always rush about, sword in hand, ready to fleece the last penny from the likes of me without a second thought. My worthless parents were born victims who lost everything they had. In the end, they cast me aside and left me to die. So there's me, still a kid, all by my lonesome in the desert. I was taken in by what I thought were good people. But they turned out to be scum, just like my parents. They just wanted to make a quick buck off me. Once I was worthless to them, I was out on my backside. Do you know who saved me in the end? A band of thieves. Now isn't that something? They took from others, but gave me a reason to live. It was them who taught me that to make it, you have to be the exploiter, not the exploited. So that's what I do. I won't give that up for a bunch of pretenders like you!
Need a hand, Jackel?
Ah, Chief! Perfect timing!
The usual fee, then?
No problem.
Oh yeah, by the way, Ken's here too. Just like in the last battle, once Jackel's HP is reduced to half, Ken will just leave. So we're just going to focus entirely on Jackel. Also, I just loved all that flavor text, that was just so good. Okay, with Tiz we are going to default, start building up some BP. Anya's we are actually going to use a Kairai, and we're going to send it over towards Ringabel. Our main objective right now is to knock Ringabel out, and then we'll just revive him with an Auto Phoenix. And this will allow MP3 in the pinch to activate. Ring a bell, you can kind of just do whatever. You can default, and yeah, you can default. Now with 2 hits, that should be enough to knock him out. Nah, he just barely lives. But I think that actually might be enough to knock him into MP3 in the pinch range. Alright, so Tiz, we are going to do some breathing with you. And we are going to equip your bow and arrow with dark magic, and then go for some regular attacks onto the Jackel. Now with Dia, we're going to use a Kairai, and we're going to send that over towards Dia so that she can tank the hit. And Rainbow, I do believe... Yes, we are indeed in MP in the pinch range, so it means we can use a bunch of Convert BP. So Convert BP, and then we're going to go for some Godspeed Strikes, as well as 1 more Convert BP. And with Dia, she can just sit there, she can default. Absorb all the damage. Now let's see, each Godspeed Strike should be doing a decent amount of damage. Oh, I didn't mean to hit Kent, I meant to hit the Jackel. Oops. Oh well, that's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, Dark Magic, that's gonna do... not as much as I thought it would, but 2,000 damage isn't too bad. Okay, Tiz, I'm gonna have you attack Kent. Anya, let's have you do a Kai... We're gonna do 2 things. We're gonna send a Kairai over towards Adia, and then we're also gonna use a Godspeed Strike with her. Now, oddly enough, neither one of them really hold anything worth stealing. Which is kind of weird. You'd think they would be holding something nice, but apparently not. So there's no need for us to even steal from them. It's perfectly fine. And with Dia, default. So let's see if we can do a little bit more damage or not. Godspeed Strike will always do about 8,700, okay. Godspeed Strike from Dia, from Anya's is going to do about 4,000. And our dark type attacks are only going to do... Oh, nice crit. That's not too bad. On top of that, the amount of damage that Dia is taking each turn is less than what she's receiving for the auto potion. So she's barely taking any overall damage. She's a formidable tank. So Tiz, we're going to have you attack twice. On this, I'm just going to have you go for a Kairai over towards Dia. And Rainbow, I'm going to have you repeat the exact thing that you did last turn. So thanks to Hasten World plus the 3 Convert BPs I'm using, we're able to get the Godspeed Strike off each and every single turn. Which is nice, because that means I can just do auto for the last 2 characters. They barely even take any damage. Alright, Tiz, let's go for 2 attacks from you. Anya's, let's go for Kairai over towards Adia, and then auto mode. Now, I believe in total Jackel has around 100,000 hit points. Sounds about right. But the pace we're going, this won't take long at all. You know, I honestly expected the sword magic to be doing a lot more, considering I have Gloom attached to it. I'm surprised it's doing as little as it is. I'm surprised. Let's see, Anya's gonna have you throw a Kairai over towards Adia, and just auto mode. There aren't a whole lot of battles that I can just put on auto, and this is probably one of them.
My contract ends here. I'll take my leave.
What? Chief, I don't understand.
Your odds are poor, and I don't take poor clients.
Go then! They all abandoned me in the end.
Alright, that is our cue that we are more than halfway done. It's interesting to note that if you were to go fight the Time Mage first and kill Kent there, then he won't show up in this battle whatsoever. Yeah, I can totally leave this on auto. But I'm doing this first just because Kent does pose a bit of a threat. The only reason he's not doing a whole lot of damage right now is because I'm sending all the attacks over toward Adia. If he was to attack Ringabel, Anyas, or Tiz, it would be doing a lot more damage and we would be having to face a much greater threat. But thanks to dual shields and thanks to auto potion, we're pretty solid. All I have to do is just send all the attacks over towards Adia. I mean, the Thief doesn't have a whole lot of offense to begin with anyways. So, it doesn't matter how hard the Jackel tries, he's not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage to Adia. Even if he crits everything, He's still fine. Yeah, we're doing it. He's doing a net of about 80 damage per turn. I think the hard part about coming up with this strat was just finding some way to reduce the damage that was being delivered by Kent and by Jackel combined. But once... if I just send all the attacks worth Dia, it's pretty easy.
Cripes! If only I could see one last time. Not my parents. The boss.
Also, it's kind of bizarre to note that you don't get any experience from this guy or any money. I mean, he is a thief, so I guess that explains why he's poor.
We've defeated a man who admits he is rotten to the core. Yet I feel bad about it for some reason.
I understand. But nothing can justify what he's done.
Alright, so, real talk. Is there a particular reason why we're killing these people? Can we not just take them off to Bravely Default's jail? I mean, I know there's a jail somewhere in this world. We've been there. We've got captured once and we were thrown into one. I mean, it was the worst jail imaginable because we did manage to escape, but there is a jail in this world. Can we just throw people in jail? We have a ship. We can go deliver them there. Oh, well. I'm not going to question the logic of this game. Alright, in the next episode, we will be taking on the Profiteer. So we are going to be doing a battle of the merchants. As always, thank you guys so very much for watching this, and I hope to see you next time. Laters!